It's Inspiring Vanessa here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay. So before we do get into this YouTube live, as you guys can see with the title, you guys probably already know what this is going to be about. But I just wanted to say that I am very, very sorry that I couldn't go live last week. There were like a bunch of technical difficulties and the thing just wasn't uploading or people weren't seeing it. So unfortunately I couldn't do a live last week, but obviously now I'm doing it this week. I know that I'm slightly later because my phone is just playing up, which is really, really annoying. And obviously I know that you guys love my YouTube lives, and obviously I love talking to you guys and actually like properly speaking to you guys, if that makes sense. Even though it's still like online, we're still like having a conversation. So that's why I was pretty gutted last week that I wasn't able to film it, because it just simply wasn't working. Technology these days can actually be so annoying. But obviously now I am here. So usually I do film the YouTube lives on my phone, but right now I'm filming it on my iPad. So if the quality looks a little bit weird, that's probably why. But I think it looks fine for now. But with all that out the way, now I'm getting into the actual topic of this YouTube live, and as you guys can see by the title down here, I'm pretty sure. Today I'm talking about how you can publish a book. Now this idea kind of came to me because I was like, when I published my book when I was 10 years old, so I have two books. So there's this one, which is The 5 Secrets to Public Speaking Success, which I wrote this. Well, obviously I wrote them both myself. And then the other one is Vanessa's book of quotes. So I published those when I was either 10 and I think 12 maybe, or maybe 10 and 11. I'm not exactly sure. But obviously as a child when I was publishing and becoming an author, obviously. So I thought maybe some of you guys might want to create a book. And I know that some kids are so amazing at like obviously imagination and stuff. But like writing some different things, people actually coming up with different stories. It might be helpful to do a little video about different ways that you can publish a book, and different ways that I did it for myself as well. So if this is helpful for you guys, don't forget to like this video, and also comment down below if anything else, like any other things you'd like me to talk about in the future YouTube lives, and I'll be sure to do that. So let's get straight into it. So the first thing, well, there are basically two ways that you can publish a book. The first one is to find a publisher, which is like, you see people, that's why people have like different books and like Waterstones, or they have WH Smith, is because they've been published with a certain brand that will actually be in the shops. Whereas my one, you can just order online. You don't actually have it. You can actually go in and find it in a shop, if that makes sense. And the other one is finding a self-publishing company. So I'm going to go into the most exciting one, I guess, which is just finding a normal publisher. Now, finding a normal publisher is actually really difficult. You've probably seen like lots of stories about like massive authors and going to several different publishers, and then having to always edit their book or take something out or add to it, and always making it precise and keep improving it until the publisher will actually take you on. So I never considered actually like having a publisher, because obviously the book is very thin, and I just wanted to kind of have it out as a product for people to start reading, and kind of share different tips and tricks on why I do speaking and like how it's like helped my confidence. So I wasn't really thinking about it as a book to fully push out there and have a publisher with it. But something that many people do is they find or they book, not, how do you say it? Book with the publisher, I think that's how you say it. Or they get a deal with the publisher. There you go. They get a deal with the publisher, and then that way they kind of put together the whole book and everything. Actually, now that I'm thinking of it, if you guys don't already know or follow me on Instagram, you guys probably have seen that I actually have a brand new podcast now, which is called the Inspired Vanessa Show podcast. It is super, super cool. We already have some interviews there. We already have some interviews on there already. So go and check it out. It is, I think, available on iTunes, and yeah, on iTunes, I'm pretty sure. We're trying to figure out how to have it on different platforms for people who obviously have Android, but it is available on iTunes and just the podcast app as well. So a new interview that's going to be coming up is the one I did with Curly Sue. And she actually has a new book out with a publisher. So I was kind of asking her different questions about how the book came together and things like that. So if you guys would like to get like more information from someone who's actually published their book with a publishing company, definitely stay tuned for that interview to come out. I think it came out today. If it didn't come out today, then stay tuned for it to come out. And if you guys haven't seen it, don't forget to finish watching this video once I'm finished, and then you guys can go and check out that video and kind of figure out or find out more information about how Curly Sue put the book together with the publisher, obviously. I don't really know that much information about publishing, because obviously I haven't fully published with a company. But definitely, if I wanted to create like a proper book in the future, I'd definitely consider doing that and try and find some kind of publishing deals that you can actually find them in shops, which is like massive publicity, I would say, in my opinion. So obviously the second one, which is what I did, is a self-publishing company. And you can probably look online at the best self-publishing companies there are out there, so that you don't really get copyrighted for what you do or something like that. So I am published with lulu.com, and Lulu Publishing or Lulu Books is so helpful. So you kind of put all the, well, me and my mum mainly, but we kind of put all the pages together. So if you guys, wait, I don't know if this is the, yeah. So you guys can see how all the pages are there and how all the pages are put together. That's what you would do like on Word, I would say. I think that's what we did, or on not on PowerPoint. Yeah, on Word or I forgot what it's called, but you can put it on like Word and stuff, and that's how people put it together. So I don't really know precisely. Probably should have asked my mum before filming this video, but you kind of put the book together. I got this the cover design. We didn't design it ourselves. Well, we kind of did, but we kind of had a say in what it was by H Academy. But that's what the whole book looks like. That's obviously a self-publishing company. So when you self-publish a book, it's kind of like all the rights are for you. So the book is available on Amazon and on my website as well. But obviously, when you buy a batch of the books, you can pretty much only buy it from the self-publishing website, or well, actually, because there's nothing copyrighted in here, like images that are copyrighted, we are able to sell it on Amazon. Whereas my Vanessa's Book of Quotes, the program that I created it on, still had the trademark there, which also had like different fonts and different things. So I can understand how that can kind of come in play when you can't really sell the book if it's obviously someone else's design and you don't really have like that whole policy with it. So that's why that one is not available on Amazon, but they're both available on my website, which is www.inspiringvanessa.com. But when you do self-publish, you kind of get all the rights to it, and well, lulu.com obviously allows the book to be sold on Amazon as well and on their website. So obviously you use their program and their platform to create your own book, so they're allowed to sell your book on their own website. That's kind of how it works. I'm kind of talking from experience because that's how I remember most of it. But I think there are so many other self-publishing companies. You just need to make sure that you get a really good one that is like good quality, because we got one that was we got like a first book which was like the first piece of like the first, we ordered one copy of it, and like everything inside of it, we wanted to change the material of the paper, and then obviously how the book feels in the front, so it's like a glossy front, or you can have like a matte finish. So there are so many different things to creating a book, and how to put everything in it is kind of like if you want to do it by yourself or with an actual like self-publishing company. But do bear in mind that if you want to be with an actual publisher, I think there's going to have to be a lot of research and a lot of hard work put into it in order to find one that will be able to promote your book the way that you want it to be promoted. So I'm going to answer some of your guys' questions. Okay. Do you have books of your own? Yeah, that's what I was saying. So this one is me. I'm not singing, I am speaking. I could definitely not sing. And then the other book, which I don't really have right now, but the other book is Vanessa's Book of Quotes, which is just like lots of quotes and like the meaning of it and stuff. There are 30 quotes in the book, I believe. Next question. Can we ask questions before you tell us? What do you mean? You can definitely ask questions. I'll answer them anyway now. How do you write a book for kids? Make sure that you're not really like explaining anything that I don't know is too complicated. It kind of depends on what audience or what like buyer you're looking for. So when people talk about like selling a book, it's like, okay, what is your audience, or like what is the how do you say it? What is the people who you're selling it to? Like, what's the age for them? So if people create like a fitness book or like a fitness program, you obviously have a specific age that you would like to sell that product to. So it depends on what kind of age it is, because if it's like a children's book where you have like illustrations and things like that, it might be like, I don't know, 3 to maybe 7 or 8 maybe. It kind of depends on what age it is, but just make sure that it's very simple, unless it's more like for teenagers, like people my age, I guess. But it depends, because people sometimes like to read more advanced books, and some people are comfortable reading like books for younger kids. So I don't really have the best advice on that one. It kind of depends on what kind of age you want the book to be for. How can you get people to take interest in your books? Well, what I've heard from other people is that you obviously go onto the internet, find different publishing companies that you would love to work with, or you would love them for them to publish your book. You need to continue emailing them, and you might get lucky the first time they just say that they want to go forward with the deal, or maybe they want you to keep adding more. And sometimes you just want to keep adding more until you find a good publisher. But I've seen so many people who have tried multiple times, and when their book finally comes together, everybody wants them. So it's kind of like that whole idea of consistency and persistence. Do not give up when you're trying to publish a book, especially when you're writing it, let alone having to get it actually out there, because obviously the anticipation is like to create the whole book, and then you're like, okay, I want it out now, but then if you want to find a publisher, you obviously need to do a massive scavenger hunt for what publisher you can actually have a deal with. So I hope that kind of makes sense. Who would you recommend your books to? I would say maybe 9, because I was 9 when I first started. So maybe 9 to like 16, or maybe 17 even. Probably like 9 to 16, because it kind of talks about like my story, like my upbringing, and then it also just talks about like confidence in general. I know that 3-year-olds aren't going to want to go up and speak on stage and probably not going to fully understand what's going on in the book. So probably maybe 9 if you're like very intelligent, or if you just love to read different books, and especially like self-help books, I would say. I think this definitely falls into the genre of self-help books. So probably 9 to like 16, I think. I think that's a suitable age for it. Can I get a shout out? Of course. Thank you for asking all those wonderful questions. I hope they helped everyone else watching the live as well. Shout out to Grace and Marvelous Wonders. Go and subscribe to her channel, and thank you for answering the questions and joining into today's live. Did you enjoy the book making? Yes, definitely. It was very, very fun to kind of put the whole book together, and obviously to have a book that you've written yourself in front of you as like an actual hard copy. So yeah, it was very, very exciting, and I think everybody should kind of, if you want to obviously be a writer or an author, it's very, very exciting and exhilarating for the person to actually see their hard work put into one book and actually see it in front of them. So I think that's probably the most rewarding part of actually creating the book. Do a spicy noodles challenge? Maybe not. Maybe not, because I'm very, very bad at spicy food, and I'm not bad at it, because I actually enjoy some spicy food, but if it's like really, really spicy, I just don't think I'll be able to cope. But thank you for the suggestion, though. I may think of it. Maybe I'll get like the more mild spicy noodles. I don't really know. But if that's something more people would like to do, then maybe I will do it. But I doubt. I doubt doing a spicy noodles challenge. Target market. Well, I'm British, so there's not any Target in England or the UK. So I don't really know what you mean by that. Hi, this is my first time watching your video. Oh, thank you so much for logging in. My mum likes your books. Thank you. Great stuff, Vanessa. Thank you. Okay, did you have a commercial to advertise the book? Like a TV commercial? Definitely not. Definitely not a TV commercial, because I'm not like a massive brand that would obviously have like a massive budget to promote a book. Whereas like you see J.K. Rowling and like David Walliams obviously have a massive company altogether. And you have lots and lots of people buying their books, like in W.H. Smith, Waterstones, etc. So, I don't really have a commercial, but kind of like promoting different posts on Instagram and on Facebook, or like whatever social media platform I have. Kind of mentioning it, and also like the way I promote it, not really doing a commercial, but like promoting the book. If you actually create a book, it's like if you want to go to different events, ask them if you can have a stall, and then you just bring a bunch of the books that you may have at home ready to sell to the person, and have like a special deal when you're at the event. So it's kind of like an exclusive offer, so you can just buy it right and then. And also you can sign the book when someone just buys it straight from the author, rather than buying it online. But yeah, definitely not a commercial, because I'm not like a massive entrepreneur who has a whole team to create a whole commercial. But I think I understand where you're coming from. I hope you do well in your career and good luck. Thank you. You're welcome, Vanessa. What was your budget? I'm saying I didn't make a commercial, so there wasn't really a budget, if that makes sense. Okay, I think that's come to the end of this YouTube live. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you would like to see more kind of videos to do with my career, I guess, obviously I'm always open to your suggestions. Definitely comment them down below and I'll be sure to read them. But without further ado, I'll see you guys on my next YouTube live next Monday, hopefully 5 p.m. on the dot, and no technical difficulties. Crossing my fingers that next week will be absolutely fine. We'll be kind of straight on the dot. But thank you so much for looking in. I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.